I'm glad I saw it, but oh man, it's nominated for Best International Film at the Oscars. It's currently streaming on Mubi and maybe even showing at a theater near you. The Girl with the Needle.
I love this movie so much. Just putting it out there. It was on my top 10 list this past year. I fought for it when we did our LA Film Critics voting. And it's extraordinary, but just warning, it's extremely depressing. It is a serious super downer, but it's gorgeous and unfortunately still very relevant. So come hang out with us, come subscribe. We always make sure every year that we review all 5 of the international feature nominees. We've already done Emilia Perez. We're doing this. We'll get to all the other ones. We'll do I'm Still Here next week, I want to say. So come hang out with us so you won't miss a thing. If these kinds of films matter to you, they matter to us as well.
Først skal du hjælpe mig. Hvem skulle ellers gøre det?
So this takes place in 1919 Copenhagen. It's about a young woman named Karoline, and she finds herself homeless and pregnant and out of a job, kind of all one after another. It is at the end of World War I. Her husband has been missing for a while. She assumes that he is dead, but she can't get widow's benefits because there's no paperwork. And so we see the runaround that she gets. She ends up in a relationship with the wealthy man who runs the factory where she works. And she becomes pregnant by him and thinks, oh, it's all going to be okay now. We're going to get married. I'm going to be whisked away from my life of doldrums and hard labor. And then the mom comes along and is like, no. It kind of reminded me of Nora at this point. Right?
Yeah, a little bit.
We're not deep into the horrors of this movie yet, but in terms of
we're still the first 15 minutes, y'all.
Right. In terms of a young woman who's like working hard, who meets somebody wealthy who she thinks is going to whisk her away to a life of comfort and love, but the mom is like, no way, and the guy is so weak. He's so weak, and he needs his fortune, and so he's not going to stand up for her. And so she decides that she cannot have this baby. I mean, she's living it's like this ramshackle hovel. I mean, like it's not inhabitable. It's literally like it's not inhabitable. Like no one should be living in this thing, but she's living there. And so she tries to have an abortion, and a woman comes by, and her name is Dagmar. She's played by the incredible Trine Dyrholm, who says, let me help you. Let me take care of this for you. I do this a lot. And, a lot of young women have babies and aren't ready for it, or they already are married and have too many children. And I find nice homes for them with doctors and lawyers. They'll be well fed and well cared for, and they'll be safe. And let me help you. And she's like, who is this angel who's coming to take care of me? And it is about how not everything is perhaps as it seems. And that's kind of all I want to say. A lot of reviews are giving away what happened here. I don't want to say that because there's so much more to talk about beyond the plot. This is shot in exquisite black and white. This is incredibly beautiful, high contrast black and white. Mikhail Dimak is the cinematographer who also shot EO.
Okay.
He was our LA Film Critics winner for Best Cinematography a couple of years back for EO, when EO won International Film from us. And then he also shot A Real Pain.
No kidding. Oh,
which is in theaters, which is incredibly different.
No shit. Yeah,
right?
Big year for this guy.
Right, which is like vibrant, and it's like light on its feet, and it's like running around Poland and in trains, and this is incredibly different. This feels like a piece of German expressionist filmmaking. He will hold a shot and let you luxuriate in the squalor of it, and let you look at every detail of, like, you can feel the air. You can feel like the soot in the air and the grime and just the Dickensian squalor of it all. And so it's incredibly beautiful, but also harrowing. And Trine Dyrholm, good Lord, gives this performance that is so charismatic and increasingly so terrifying. But she has this swagger about her at a time when it's almost like she has this sixth sense for like who to I hate to say prey upon, but like who to reach
turn
out
on
to.
the maternal instinct,
right.
around.
Who to reach out to.
Yeah.
And so she's incredible. She's always good. She's been around for a while. And then Vic Carmen Sonne plays Karolina, and a lot of what she has to do is wordless. It has to do with just
her eyes,
her eyes, and just like her demeanor. And she's very, very skinny and emaciated for a lot of it, and she has to convey the seriousness of her situation just with her very presence. And she does that very convincingly. So this is incredibly hard to watch.
She's one of those contemporary performers that could have been like a silent film star. Like she's constantly communicating so much. Yeah, this movie is fucking grim.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad I saw it, but oh man, this is one of those movies that is about like, the sort of historical absence of abortion and what that leads women to. And it's given us films like, what was the French film from a couple of years ago that was set in the 60s about the student who was trying to get an abortion?
Happening?
Yeah, Happening.
Yeah.
The lace maker, 4 months, 3 weeks, 2 days. Like there's a lot of these kind of movies, and they're just
never really, sometimes always.
Yeah, exactly. and they're never funny.
No.
And this was just like, it's just one thing after another. I mean, and the worst circus ever.
It's not a fun circus, is it?
No. So yeah, this was like, it's a tough watch, but it's a film I'm glad I saw, because it has a rigorous, painful beauty to it, I guess is the way to put it. The cinematography is stunning. The performances are great. Just know what you're getting into, but don't not see it because of that. Like, this is a powerful film, and it's emotionally impactful, but it will put you through the ringer.
Yeah, and there's some really cool and unsettling stuff that they do here with the sound design and the score. Like the way that the filmmaker Magnus von Horn, he directed and he co-wrote this, what he does with like overlaying music and sounds. It's like, it's not quite cacophonous, but it's unsettling. Like it puts you on edge, it puts you in a mood, and that contributes. It's almost like a modern element within this setting from a century ago. But like, make no mistake about it, it's set a century ago, but what is happening there is happening now.
Sure.
And that is the point of a movie like this, is that it's meant to like open your eyes and say, this wasn't that long ago, and these things that seem horrific are still happening. And they're about to keep happening.
Exactly. Because you can try and make abortion as illegal as you want, but all that means is that rich women will get them secretly and poor women will die somewhere in an alley. It doesn't make the act of it go away. He also does there's a recurring visual element that involves projecting faces onto faces that is meaningful and creepy as hell.
Disturbing as fuck. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say like a 9.5. Like, this is excellent. It was on my top 10 list. I fought for Trine Dyrholm during our LA Film Critics supporting performance, but that was a tough category. And I think not a lot of folks saw this, or not a lot of folks wanted to see this. I just say it's grim as hell.
Yeah. I to be honest, I had not gotten to it until this week, but yeah, I'll say like an 8.7. It is not a movie I will be shaking anytime soon.
Yeah, you're like, thanks, Christy. Thanks for making me watch this depressing as hell abortion movie. Yay!
It's January.
It is January. So we'll get to all the international feature nominees as the next month or so goes on. So make sure you stick around and hang out with us for that.